We slept on the street last night. I could smell exhaust coming in my window every time a car would pass, but this is what we got. All right, I am stamped into Peru. We are gonna go check out some pretty amazing waterfalls.
It hurts. It's hard to not freak out and panic how this might impact our trip, how scary this is back here. We're way out in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna keep moving, and then we're gonna get the heck out of here.
All right, we are making our way south through Ecuador. We are here at Parque Nacional Cajas. This is a beautiful mountainous region, and we're gonna check it out today. All right, here we go. We are gonna hike around Laguna Toreadora. Well, Ecuador has an amazing set of national parks. The hikes are free, bathrooms are free, everything is free. And it's just beautiful out here. And there is a lot of Ecuadorian families out here on hikes, enjoying this place. National parks, I've always thought they were our best idea. Turns out other people had the same idea too. So kudos for Ecuador for setting aside public lands and having these available for their citizens and for us as travelers to come and enjoy. Lately too, Ecuador has gotten some bad press as far as gangs running wild here. And we talked to a lot of the locals, and they say that was kind of sensationalized by their president. What we have experienced in Ecuador is nothing but friendly, kind people, and it feels very safe. This might feel much safer than a lot of the other countries we've been in. Everyone seems just happy and friendly, and a lot of people in the tourism industry say that that little bit of negative press really damaged the tourism industry here. People aren't coming as much as they used to. I just want to counter that with my experience and share that we've had a wonderful trip here. It's felt very safe. I would encourage you too to come to Ecuador, explore it, take in its beauty, because it is a really wonderful country. But now it's time to keep going southbound. The border of Peru is not that far away. Good morning, Oña, Ecuador. We were here stealth camping last night, if you could call it stealth camping, because there's not really much stealth about us. But the people here allowed us to camp here right off the square. This building right here is the church. There's little shops and stores right here. And it seemed like it was gonna be a beautiful, quiet night. And then something happened. Something that I want George to tell you about. Morning, George.
Hey, Drew. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a good night last night?
It was exciting at times, yes.
Do you mind if I talk to you about it?
Of course. Well, so I heard some noise. I heard a truck idling, and I thought, what are you doing idling at 1 o'clock in the morning? There was a big truck. It wasn't you. And there were two other pickup trucks filled with drunk people. And I don't know, they just kind of started yelling at each other, and eventually it turned into a fight. Not a good fight. It was like slow motion drunk person fight, you know, and then they started chasing each other around the square, and one of them came back and got something out of his truck and smashed the other one's windshield.
Oh no.
And I'm like, just keep your focus over there. Don't turn around and look at the shiny vans.
What were you doing this whole time?
I was peeping out the window like old lady from Bewitched, Gladys Kravitz, you know, peeking out. What are you boys up to? So,
well,
yeah, that was a couple hours of my night.
Yeah, are you tired?
I'm tired now, yeah.
Wow. Well, what do you think about stealth camping in Ecuador?
I don't think we were very stealthy, but no one seemed to care about us. They had their own issues going.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, right? Yeah, hopefully tonight it'll be a little more peaceful.
I hope so too. Yeah. Well, this is a great little town here. I'm glad we found it, had a chance to spend the night here. Sorry George didn't sleep better. All right, it's a little rainy today. We're here in Zumba, Ecuador. We are parked right in this town square. It's been busy. We slept on the street last night. It was actually a pretty nice night. There was quite a bit of traffic coming through. I could smell exhaust coming in my window every time a car would pass. But this is what we got. We are in southern Ecuador right now. But today we are making the journey south, and we are headed to cross the border and go into Peru. I think I'm gonna like Peru a lot as well from what I'm seeing, from what our other friends are posting. But it's been fun, Ecuador. Thank you so much for all the hospitality. Thank you. You have a wonderful country. You should be very proud of it, and more people should come and visit you. But we're off to Peru now, and it is gonna be a whole nother world of adventure and some very big mountains. One more challenge we have today is the road to Peru from here on is dirt, and it rained last night. We've heard rumors of landslides when it gets wet. The whole mountainsides will cave down onto the road, close the road. Hopefully it hasn't rained that much, and we just buzzed through. Yesterday we had pretty intense dust. Hopefully we don't have super intense mud today. It's just nice. So let's do this. Let's kick off to Peru.
You ready? Ready?
Ready.
Hit it.
Turn right, then turn left.
So yesterday we battled dust on the roads that got us here, and now when I touch the brakes much at all, we lock our wheels and start sliding. This road is wet from it raining last night, and it is a type of, feels like clay, and it is very slippery. So we're gonna have to be extremely careful because we're going up and down some big valleys. This could be a bad situation. This river that is right out my window is the border of Ecuador and Peru. We've taken this dirt road for about 26 kilometers. It's been muddy and slimy. We've had 2 military inspections. This feels like a really good adventure. Let's just pull right here, I guess.
On the left where that Peacock is.
All right, here we are at the Ecuador-Peru border.
Yeah, I saw your passenger one and mine obviously are loaded. You see any friends?
Gracias. I just got my passport stamped. Now I am officially out of Ecuador, but we need to get our temporary import permit stamped out. That's the next step. This is a very small rustic border. It's kind of cool here. Old buildings, a dirt road leading in here, and just a few people manning the border. We have our vehicle stamped out. Our tip is canceled. We are out of Ecuador. This has been an easy border crossing though. So if you guys come from Zumba south to the Peruvian border, it is dirt. It could be muddy like it is for us today, but it is a super low-key, chill border. Now Jorge was here in 2018 on his motorcycle, and when he stamped out, they didn't record it properly. And then this year, if you remember back to our episode where we got into Ecuador, he had a problem because it showed that he hasn't left the country with his vehicle, even though he had. So we're being really careful at this border to take pictures of all of our documents. So if we get into this on our next visit to Ecuador, we'll have proof that we did stamp out and that we're doing the right thing. So I think that's going to be a good policy from now on, is just document all these border crossings and have just a picture in your phone of your stamp on your passport and on your tip. Then you can just show them, and it's pretty easy going at that point. But let's go to Peru. I'm stamped into Peru. This is exciting. I'm really glad to be here. This is one of the countries I was looking forward to the most when planning this whole trip. We have some incredible mountains in our future. I'm so excited. It's been raining all day and now it's really coming down. All right, our next step is to get our temporary import permit for Peru now. We do it in this office here. There's a wonderful guy here who speaks great English. He's been very helpful. We're super appreciative. He's gonna get us set up to import our vans into Peru temporarily. We're just passing through, remember? This has been a really easy border so far. The Ecuador side and the Peruvian side have been really chill. There's no fixers, nobody hassling you. Everyone's been helpful. It's been great, super easy. Okay, we just did our temporary import permit. We are set for 90 days in Peru. It's gonna be awesome here, can't wait. Here is a tuk-tuk tow truck. All right, we are officially in Peru. Feels good to be here. Everyone back there is super friendly, including the soldier who did our last military check. And he was gracious enough to trade me one of my USA patches for a Peruvian military patch. So that was really cool. We've got our Peru patch right off the bat, so don't have to worry about that anymore. We're on to Peru. This is awesome. Okay, we are in our first big city of Peru. This is Jaén. Boy, there are so many tuk-tuks here, it's amazing. I can't believe how many they are. They're kind of the size of a small car, but they're slow and they kind of get in the way, and it's a really weird traffic pattern here driving with these guys.
In a new country, we got new money. These are Peruvian soles. Hey there, friend.
All right, here is our first mission in Peru. We're gonna go check out some pretty amazing waterfalls. The first one is called Cascada Pabellon. Lift it up. Well, we made it to the waterfall, and as you can see, it's kind of dry. We were joking that we're gonna get here and it's just gonna be some wet moss is all that's gonna be from the waterfall. I think that's all we see is wet moss. We're on the edge of the Amazon here. I think this part of Peru and even southern Ecuador has been in a drought for months, and we're seeing the effects of that here on our waterfall tour. But it is beautiful back here, and I'm glad we came. Turned out to be about a 20-minute hike from the end of the road where we're gonna camp tonight. Well, it's a good thing our happiness isn't directly tied to finding waterfalls, because we still had a great hike. We came back to a cool place. Oh well, let's go back to the van. We're gonna camp for the night in a beautiful place here. Oh, by the way, it's a lot cooler here. We're up at about 7,000 feet. Feels great right now. All right, day 2 of hiking waterfalls in Peru. We are at Yumbilla Falls. This is the 5th tallest waterfall in the whole world. It is just a few feet shy of 3,000 feet tall. That's amazing, that's huge. Now, it's around the bluff here. We can't even really see it from where we're parked, but we're at this beautiful little camp here at the end of this dirt road. We've just parked here. They allowed us to camp for free, and it was a wonderful night last night. But now we've got about a 2-hour hike to get back to the base of the falls. So we better get on with it.
Let's go.
The first part of this trail is like stone steps that are inlaid in. Kind of reminds me of some of the trails we hiked in Norway. right, we're here at our first cascada, or our first waterfall. Look at this thing, it is beautiful. This gives me hopes that the big waterfall might have some water running down it.
I was scrambling down this little muddy hill, and I kind of hopped down off of something. And when I landed halfway on a route and halfway off a route, and rolled my ankle. There was a really loud pop and super sharp pain. My ankle's really swollen. I'm worried that it's broken. We are about an hour into our hike, and luckily Peter had an ankle injury and had on an ankle brace. So we are gonna, I put the brace on my ankle, and we're gonna try to work our way out of here, hobble out of here as best I can and get back to the van and then go get it looked at, I guess. So, all right, here we go. It really hurts. Okay, maybe I can just walk it off. Maybe it'll be okay.
We're gonna have a long hobble out of here. Sorry you got hurt.
2 miles, here we go.
Yeah, we're 2 miles in.
Luckily I had ibuprofen.
Yeah, so, and Kathy's usually very good with pain. She did natural childbirth, so she's pretty good with that. But she's saying this is hurting pretty bad, so that makes me think that something's definitely wrong in there. And we've got some serious terrain to cover. So this video might end here. I'll try to give you guys little updates as we can, because you know this is kind of a serious situation, but we want to let you guys know what's going on as well. So
welcome to the adventure.
Yeah, here we go. We're out of here.
Okay, this is gonna be hard.
New pants.
Yep. Maybe a new leg too. So, we gotta figure out some kind of like stick that I can use. As long as it's out in front of me, it's okay. It's when it's behind me.
That's better than holding on to me?
I don't know. It doesn't hurt.
You're saying it doesn't hurt, or you're just telling yourself?
I'm just telling myself it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It's okay. It doesn't hurt.
Hold on to me?
No, it makes it harder to walk actually.
It does?
Yeah, because it throws me off balance. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Might need a hand up here. That actually helps holding hands.
Oh yeah, it always helps holding hands.
It's always nice holding hands with you, buddy. Oh, that hurt.
It's good.
It's when I flex it forward that it doesn't hurt. It's whenever it gets behind me and I flex it forward is when it's like shooting pain.
So you can put some weight on it with it being straight up and down.
Yes.
All
so
right.
It's something in my ankle.
So there's a stick right there. You want me to?
Let's see how that is.
Here, I'll grab it for you. Just
okay. Yeah, that helps.
Does that help?
Yeah, the steep part is going to be the
nothing else, just a stick for
sucky part.
Just for balance helps a lot.
Why can't you ever break anything easy like your hand? Of course, I break my hand paddling, not walking. And that's the way it always goes. It's okay. I can do hard things. Okay. I can do it. I can do hard things.
You want 2 sticks?
Maybe. I'm so glad you had your ankle brace.
Okay, here's one more. This one's pretty better.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got this. I can do this. Okay, we have 2 miles. This happened at 10 in the morning. I got this thing. Not too big of steps though. Little baby steps. This is working. I feel like I'm starting to be able to walk a little normally. It still hurts when I move it a certain way, but mainly I just want to get out of here. Oh my God, that's probably what it is. Yeah, we're getting rid of that thing as soon as we get back to the van. Hey there, friend. At our last camp, they had peacocks all over the farm. And the lady that owned the place, I was asking her about them. They're called royal turkeys in Spanish, is the literal translation, which I thought was cool. But she brought me over a peacock tail feather. I felt like I couldn't refuse a gift, I think that's rude. But my grandma always told me that peacock feathers are bad luck and you shouldn't have them in your house. And I put it in the van, and now look at me. I should have known. You should always listen to your grandma.
What are we gonna do with the peacock feather now?
That thing's gone. Grandma, I'm sorry for not listening to you. I did look up online and it said in some countries they're considered lucky. Apparently this isn't one of them.
Okay.
2 miles feels like forever. It's not getting less sore, that's for sure. Man, when I'm done with this, I'm just gonna have a huge cry. This is hard. I guess if you're gonna break your leg 2 miles in the middle of nowhere, it may as well be the Peruvian Amazon. I hope it's not broken.
I do too.
I really feel like it might be though. I seem to always do this in the middle of nowhere. Last time I was in this situation, I was 18 miles in the backcountry in the middle of the Wind River Range in Wyoming, and had to ride a horse out. That wasn't so awesome. Yeah, I think so. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay. This is what you write books about, right? Perseverance, struggle, adversity. On my hands, I think I'm getting blisters. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Making progress. This is really just mind over matter, right?
It totally is.
Just gonna keep going. I don't know what's going on, if I'm just getting used to the pain or if their swelling is helping, but I don't have to put as much weight on the crutches as I did. I'm able to walk pretty well. Hopefully I'm not doing any damage. It's still tender, but I'm able to weight it a lot better than I was when I first heard it pop. So the weirdest thing happened. I got a text from Abby right as I hurt my ankle that said, "Hey, do you guys have a medical evacuation insurance?" Which is a really weird thing for her to ask. She's never asked us a question like that before. I swear that kid has the most amazing intuition. Yeah, this is hard. I'll never be so happy to see the van as today. I'm usually pretty happy to see the van. This wasn't the best day to skip breakfast. Kind of hungry. I feel like if I stop, it's gonna be really hard to get going again. Oh my gosh. I've got all these horribly itchy mosquito bites on my leg. If I have to get a cast, it is gonna be the worst. Maybe it's just okay. It's probably just gonna be okay.
Taking it a little step at a time.
One step at a time. That's how we win the race. Oh, that hurt.
Okay.
It hurts.
Are you doing good ignoring it?
Till I stop.
It hurts when you stop?
Yeah. Probably should prop it up right now.
Yeah.
Well, as long as I'm moving, it's pretty easy to just stay focused and like locked on what I'm doing. But man, as soon as I stop, it's hard to not freak out and panic and think about. Think about how this might impact our trip and how scary this is back here. We're way out in the middle of nowhere. We haven't seen a single person all day. And like, you just gotta keep your focus and it'll be okay. We're gonna keep moving. So I'm gonna have a quick snack and then we're gonna get the heck out of here. I'll get there. It's just good to keep moving because then your brain goes crazy when you stop. Snack of champions. This will get me there. I like tuna and rice cakes.
Why are you eating tuna and rice cakes?
Because we didn't go to the grocery store since we've been in Peru and it's all we had in the pantry. And honestly, the rice cakes I think are like a year old because I don't really like them. We never eat them, so they're super stale and spongy. But, you know, you get what you get today. Today's going to be a day of you get what you get.
Why not?
Why not? Okay.
Feel better?
I just need a little cry and then a laugh. It'll be okay. Maybe a little food. Probably helps. It's probably noon now and I haven't eaten all day.
Okay, we are about 3/4 of a mile out from the van. She is making great progress, but it seems like the motion is the lotion, as our friend, the Godfather, would say. It's good to keep moving. I've got here an extra walking stick that we picked up. She's kind of alternating between the three of them because she is starting to get some blisters and things on her hands from using these so heavily. Man, I'm proud of her. She's dealing with the pain great, and she's just motoring along here at faster than a snail's pace. I have sent George a message through WhatsApp. I have a little bit of cell service here. So he knows what's going on. He knows Kathy's injured. He knows we're working our way out of here and that we're on our way. I've been sending him a few updates along the way. He's got ice ready and in his fridge. He's making more. So we should be able to ice this thing up good when we get to the van. And then the next step is to figure out what's next. Where is the nearest clinic? I think we definitely need to get her an x-ray and see what's going on in there, and then we'll take it from there. It's always an adventure. It's not always fun, but it's always an adventure.
I mean, most of our adventures are type 2 fun, so I'm used to a little bit of struggle and adversity, but I think we've definitely well surpassed type 2 fun or into type 3 fun. I don't even know if there is a type 4 fun, but I might be there too. It's just not really fun at all. Just ready to prop it up and lay down. Like, my shoulders are so tired. My hands are bruised and kind of raw. Quad on my right leg is really tired from doing most of the work. It'll be good to be done with this part.
All right, I feel like I should be helping her more than I am. I feel like she should be like hanging on my shoulder or riding piggyback, carrying her out of here, but We tried her on the side, resting on my shoulder, and it was actually way more cumbersome than it is for her to just use the 2 sticks, and she felt like she had more control and could keep the weight off of her ankle in the way that didn't hurt. I'm just filming this for you guys. I'm trying to share this part of the adventure. These are the real things that often when they happen to us, they don't get filmed because we're kind of in the moment. The nice thing about hiking out of here with a bad ankle is we have a lot of time. Kathy says, unfortunately. Trying to share this with you guys as best we can. You guys aren't obviously seeing everything because there's times when I just need 2 hands to help her. I'm trying to show you what I can. The not glorious side of adventuring in South America. Stuff like this happens, right? And you just try to be as prepared as you can to deal with it. But we do bring some basic things. And I find a lot of times you can improvise like we're doing with the sticks. You wouldn't believe though how hard it is to find a solid stick in a jungle. Most of the ones that are on the ground are totally rotten. You just touch them, you pick them up, and they almost just fall apart in your hands. And then the other ones are growing as trees. I use my knife and another stick to chop down, kind of bushcraft style, chop down a small tree that had a nice V in it that I thought she could rest in her armpit and make a crutch. When I got that thing cut down, it was so heavy, that tree was just full of water. Once I felt it, I was like, gosh, there's no way she can carry this 30-pound stick as a crutch. You know, we need something lighter. So we foraged around quite a bit and we found these 2 sticks. One of the ones she has right now is very solid and not too heavy. The other one feels like it might break, but it hasn't broken yet, so it's working. And then I've got this backup one here that's just slung onto my backpack here. We're rotating them through so it doesn't irritate her hands in the same place, because you know, you can imagine the ends of the sticks, they aren't smooth. They're kind of broken off and splintered. And I've ground them down on these sandstone rocks to smooth them out as best I can. But they still are kind of, definitely would irritate your skin if you're hiking miles with these things. But all in all, we're just taking it as it comes. We're figuring this out. Luckily, we're pretty good at that. We'll be at the van before we know it. She's doing great though. What a trooper.
I can feel it grinding a little bit.
There's the first mirador. We're probably 20-30 minutes, maybe a little more at our pace from the van. She's doing great. She just came up a very steep hill with tons of roots and rocks. All right, she's been walking now about 2.5 hours on this damaged ankle. She's doing great. I think the adrenaline is wearing off. It's just getting a little harder, a little tireder. But I think we're getting very close to the last hill up to the van. You can see it from here. Right here is the light at the end of the tunnel to where our vans are parked. Do you want to keep one of these sticks as a souvenir?
No, good riddance to these, and I'm getting rid of that peacock feather too. Oh, the van's right there. Level ground. I think I'll sit down now.
Okay, good. You did great.
Made it. What a walk. I'm kind of eager to look at it and just see what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for this thing is all I have to say. I don't think I could have made it.
Got it? Want help?
I think I got it. Oh, thank you.
Turning black and blue.
Yeah, it's right there. I think that kept the swelling down pretty good. Ah, there it is. Yeah, it's just something right there, all in there.
There could be that.
Really tired. That was long. That was really, really hard. But I'm here. I made it to the van.
Do you need food? So the choices are limited.
Peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and jelly?
Chicken noodle ramen.
I think peanut butter and jelly sounds great.
Sounds good.
That sounds amazing. Thank you,
Some
Jorge.
animal crackers.
Yes, animal crackers will make it all better.
All right.
That was hard. Really, really hard. I think I'm gonna just lay down now. I think we need to go get an x-ray, but...
Yep, that's the next step, actually.
Yep, gotta figure out. I don't even know where that is. Like, we're so far away from a city. Well, this thing is very pretty. It's got to go.
Can't have this anymore, can we?
We can't have this anymore. No more of this, please.
Okay. Goodbye, Peacock Feather. All right, we are in the van. We are going down the mountain here, trying to get to the next village. We did a quick Google search, and there's a lot of hospitals listed, but when we pull up the pictures of them, a lot of them look like abandoned buildings with no windows or doors, and they do not look like what we consider a hospital. There was a nice little lady who kind of runs the tourism down in the tiny little village below the waterfall. And I stopped in and I asked her, and she said in what seemed to be an indigenous language, it wasn't normal Spanish. She said to put some salve on it and it will heal. I think that's probably good advice, but an x-ray might be something we want to add to that. So we're gonna go down here and see if we can figure out a hospital. One thing the lady did say is to talk to the police and they could tell us what to do. The only hospital that we've found on Google that looks kind of like what we think of as a real hospital is about an hour and 45 minutes away, and it's questionable if it's open on Sundays. So I guess we're gonna go down here and keep exploring and see what we can learn about hospitals in Peru.
Virgen del Carmen. Esta es clínica particular.
Muchas gracias.
So this, I don't have insurance for here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Just went to the first hospital here. It seemed like a legit hospital, other than there was nowhere to park other than right here on this yellow curb in the street. People are honking at us and squeezing by.
Okay, this was just a hospital where you have to have special insurance. It's for professors and maybe like a research hospital. And so we have to go just around the corner, like half a mile, where there's the public hospital where they can take care of anybody.
All right, we're at hospital number 2. This one, they took her in and I just went and parked. And now I'm gonna see if I can find her. Wow, I've never seen a nurse walk so fast through a hospital. I was almost running to keep up with her and she's pushing Kathy in a wheelchair. This is amazing.
That was an exciting ride. Oh my gosh. Fast and furious.
So just to keep you guys updated, we're now at the x-ray department. It says Rails X on the door. I just paid 30 soles, which is about $8.90 for the doctor visit and the x-ray, I think. So here we go. And I think it's kind of like Norway was, where you pay as you go. So you know exactly what this is gonna cost and you're paid in full before you get out of the door. I love that. Here we go, on to x-ray. All right, she just went into x-ray. and I just wait out here. Maybe go to a different x-ray?
Pequeñita. Y la pequeñita no carga bien el internet. Oh, no internet.
Dice, no carga. Allá no carga el...
We are back to the first room we went to where I guess we were admitted. There seems to be no internet in the hospital, so the x-ray machine wouldn't work without the internet, I guess. The x-ray technician was kind of frantically working away on the laptop that's connected to the x-ray machine. So, did I say? It's always an adventure. Hola. See. Wow, another speed lap around the hospital. That's amazing. She's literally skidding the tires of the wheelchair around the corners. Never seen such a thing by a nurse in a hospital. Kind of after sitting there in the waiting room for so long, it's kind of nice to get up and run across the hospital. George said that there is camping right outside in the square. There's a Overlander post, people camping there. Whew. Who needs lights in a hospital?
Well, I just went on a wild ride through the hospital. It was like 30 miles an hour maybe, sliding around the corners. But we had to get to the x-ray, which had very limited internet. So it was very important that we got there quickly, got the x-rays done, and then the doctor can look at them soon.
All right, we just finalized it, and the doctor didn't have any patience for us not speaking Spanish. He came in, was very quick, very curt, and as soon as I tried to ask a question in broken Spanglish, he was kind of like, I'm out of here, and he just walked off. Then we talked to the nurse some more. She was fairly helpful, but I think she was getting a little annoyed by us as well. Kathy is now coming back out to the van.
So are you broken?
Not broken, possible ligament damage. It was really interesting and frustrating all at the same time. They said, it's not broken, everything's fine, you can go. You can put some ice on it. And I was like, wait a minute, it still really hurts. Do you have a brace or crutches or anything like that? And they're like, no, you don't need that, just ice, and here's some paracetamol. And I was like, okay, but shouldn't I put a brace on it? And they're like, well, we can give you a shot of tramadol so that you can relax. And I'm like, I don't need that. I just want a brace so that I can protect it so it doesn't get injured anymore. So I don't have a brace. I don't have crutches. I still have a hurt ankle, but it's not broken. We don't think. The hospital was interesting. It's pretty bare bones. There's nothing fancy there. It's kind of grimy. It's just really open, and I don't know. I felt like I might get sick in there. There were people that were really sick in there, and there were no masks or anything like that. So that was a little stressful. I guess it's not broken. It still hurts like a son of a gun, but it cost us $12. So that's really nice. That's a big improvement over the US. It was really hard. Nobody spoke any English, and the Spanish was very different. A lot of different words that I'm not familiar with. And so my understanding is that we're going to go to the pharmacy and that they might have a brace and crutches to hobble around on for a while. But he said it's not broken, no problem. So don't worry about it. I felt like the doctor was a little bit impatient, and he just wanted the nurses to explain everything. And the nurse, one of the nurses, the one that was like the fast wheelchair nurse, she was really great and she worked really hard. But the other one was pretty condescending and rolled her eyes a lot and was just like, I didn't really want to take the time to explain anything. And so it was hard because of her impatience to figure out exactly what was going on. But I mean, we're in their country and I don't speak their language. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm tired and hungry. It's been a really long day, and hopefully I'm going to wake up and my ankle's just going to feel great. It's not going to have a grapefruit on the side of it. Hoping if I can just prop it up, put some ice on it, tomorrow will be a brand new day.
Well, when you sleep in a square in Peru, you might wake up to this. Well, that's a new way to be woken up in South America. I like that a lot better than the drunk guys fighting in Ecuador. That was pretty fun. It feels good to know that her ankle isn't broken, that it's just a bad sprain, although sprains can have their own set of problems. You know, there could be a fully torn ligament in there. We have contacted some of our friends who are medical professionals back home, and they said really if it's just a bad sprain, you just gotta ice it, compress it, stay off of it and rest it. Hopefully it'll get better over time. So today it's really sore. Her whole body is really sore from walking out with the walking sticks. That was really hard. You know, we're just gonna give it a week or so and see how it feels. Hopefully it's gonna start feeling better. I'm gonna go around the city today looking for a new ankle brace and find one that fits better. At least we're in a nice city here and we can find things like ankle braces, but not every pharmacy here has that sort of thing. So I'm gonna be hoofing it around here trying to find one. Well, I've walked all over this city. I've been to maybe 10 or 12 different pharmacies. No one has ankle braces. One place had a little tiny neoprene one that was maybe the support of a sock. It was kind of worthless. What I'm used to in the United States is like for a basketball injury or something like that, and you would wear it and still get to participate in your sport. But it seems no one sprains their ankles or has any ankle problems here because they sure don't have any braces. So I don't know, I guess Kathy can use mine. It fits her a little big. I'd like to find one that could get a little more snug on her, but it's better than nothing. And I mean, literally it is almost noon. I've been walking around since 8 a.m. and I think I've exhausted all the opportunities to find one. So let's keep the adventure rolling. Let's go on to the next place.